Hey y'all, it's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Wagman 510. I'm Alicia, and if you're new here, I hope you feel super welcome. To my returning folks, hey y'all, hey. I am currently on my afternoon break, and I thought I would share something with you since so many people seem to be down with the flu, and a ton more folks seem to be living with autoimmune or some kind of issue that's chronic, be it back problems, back pain, back challenges, or what have you. I thought I'd share something with you that I never usually do. So what did I craft yesterday? Because y'all know I was out cold with a flare-up, right? So yesterday was one of those epically rough flare-up days. And that means, folks, when it's that rough, I have to spend most of my day horizontal. So you all know I'm a person who likes to get things done. I want to clarify something about that, though. I don't do for the sake of doing, meaning I'm not all doing and no presence. I deliberately go to the beach as often as possible to be reflective, to be self-reflective, creatively reflective, artistically reflective. I believe in being present. So it's not that I do for the sake of doing. I am not busy from the time I get up in the morning till the time I go to bed. There are breaks in there for reflection, for writing, for reading. I just don't usually discuss them with you. But when I have an epically rough flare-up day like yesterday, it really means I have to remain in bed for a lot of that day or on the sofa. And that made me nuts at first. Like nuts, because if my brain was like interested in doing, it was like so frustrating to be limited to that space. So let me show you what I did yesterday and what I've learned to do. And I'm sharing this with you because so many of you were like, oh, I know what that feels like, or I've had the flu and I've been out with like the last 10 days. And I bet you a lot of you have also wondered, why the heck does Alicia die cut an hour a day? Well, it's all going to make sense now in this video, and I realize that. So this is why I want to share it with you. I guess I haven't ever shared with you what I do when in a flare-up. All right, y'all. I die cut an hour a day because, as I told you, if I do more than that on my big die cutter, my arm hurts because of my autoimmune disease. If I could do 3-4 hours of die cutting at once, then I wouldn't do an hour a day. But some days I cut out more than others because if I'm doing a lot of like small detail die cutting, it takes a long time for my hands to do all the pokey and the scrubbing. So an hour of die cutting actually doesn't yield that many dies for me. So I make a plan based on my challenges and my swaps. I'm very organized. I'm like, okay, die cut 16 swans. Die cut this out of this paper. I know, really? Yes, I am like that. I do have those lists and I can share them with you. But the other reason that I die cut in advance are days like yesterday. So I knew I was going to be horizontal for much of the day, and I knew at some point I was going to get frustrated. So guess what I did? Yesterday, I made a tray full of Starburst rosettes. So this is one of my favorite dies, guys. This is from the Maggie Homes, using that Maggie Homes vintage paper. Oh, aren't they pretty? This is that Starburst die. It's a nesting die. I can put a link to it down below. It's very inexpensive. It cuts like a dream. See the stitch marks on everything? Oh yes, folks. This is a winner die. All right. But these take a long time for me to put together because I have some hand challenges. So I need a good few hours, guys. I love the minis. I'm crazy about these Maggie minis. Oh, yes, I am. Again, these are using that vintage. It's a mixture of the Hooray collection and the Maggie Homes vintage pad that I save for special occasions. So these take me hours because of my hands to put together, because I want to build them with color and dimension and foam dots. I want them to be super chunky, and because my hands don't work as well as I would like them to. This is like a 3-hour job to do these, to make a whole bunch of these for people. This is a 3-hour job. And I don't always have 3 hours to do this. So I had them all ready and die cut out in a bit. And I had 3 hours yesterday where I had to be vertical. Aren't the Hooray ones cute? Okay, y'all, I'm starting to like the Hooray collection a lot more. I know Ara, the Paper Treasury, loves it. I know Lily likes it. That's who these are for. These Hooray ones are for them. And I know a bunch of other people have said it's one of their favorite collections. Paper Milkshake, I think you like it also. I did not love it at first, but I do love it for these. So I like to use these instead of rosettes sometimes because y'all know I'm not that great at a paper rosette, but these are just as magical. And so I love making mini ephemera with these, especially these like little teeny ones I made. Like look at this little teeny one. I love this one. But I also like gifting these to people to use to make their embellishments. But as I just said, making a bunch of these takes a really long time. So I did them yesterday because I had 3 hours where I was stuck lying down, and I was like, well, you can do it then. So that was one of the things I did yesterday, those vintage Maggie Homes Starburst rosettes. And the other thing I did yesterday was I triple thicked up a bunch of flowers that I had die cut. Remember I told y'all I much prefer that very simple Hawaiian style alley dye that I first got like a year and a half ago? Well, folks, this is that dye. Now, all I've done with these is they've been sprayed, die cut, sprayed with water, and then yesterday while I was sick, I triple thicked them all so that they would be ready. Now I can actually glitter treat them, diamond dust them, I can vintage photo them, I can do whatever I want to them, I can bend them into a better shape. These are great for putting on bag toppers. Like once you put either distressing on them or you put glitter on them and you add a big gemmy in the middle and you put these on a bag topper, they look really cute. So I made some out of Maggie. Oh yes, I did. I made some out of vintage Maggie. Oh yes, that's the vintage Maggie. And then I also made some out of vintage paper and out of book paper. And all I did was triple thick these up and got them ready so that when I am feeling better, I can diamond dust these. This is also Maggie. I know it doesn't look like Maggie, but it is. I think this is Bloom. And I did 2 big trays of these. So when you're out with a flare-up or you're out with a cold or a flu, it's helpful to have things in your buckets that you can work on while being stuck in bed. My husband last night was like worried because I really wasn't feeling good. And he was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just doing these. But what's amazing is I feel then like I accomplished something amazing, even though I wasn't able to do anything. So I wanted to share that with y'all because I know you're all down with the flu and lots of people are living with chronic issues. Plus then you get to see what I made yesterday. All right, y'all. See you later today. Bye for now.